you and the rest of the guys, we cut pies. And it ain't no disguise. Everything is going to be all right. No lies. Are y'all ready? Daily Go Get 'Em Business Show Friday night, y'all. We an hour early after the clocks went up an hour ahead. Well, that was last Saturday. This is this Friday. Daylight savings time is in full and total effect. So tonight on the Daily Go Get 'Em Business Show, we are talking about the battle of the artists, the studio artists versus the performers. The battle between the studio artists and the performing artists. In other words, there are a lot of singers out there, musical artists that are really good in the studio. They can make records to perfection. It sounds good. The bass, the treble, the highs, everything is right. They can arrange their music to the point where they can make almost what you would consider to be a perfect record. But can they get on that stage and rock? Can they go on that tour and kill it, tear it down and make people want to buy albums? Do they leave the crowd screaming for more? On the flip side, there are artists who really aren't that, they might not have the range of some singers. They may not be able to carry that note far. They may be a little raspy, maybe even sound a little hoarse when they sing. You might even consider them to not be able to sing that well. But when they get on that stage, they start doing things that are unprecedented. They start ripping it down, tearing it down, leave the crowd drenched and screaming for more. And then they make you go out there and buy them albums. So we're going to take a look at some artists that we know. And y'all know how it is. This is a totally interactive show. And we're going to see who reigns supreme. Will the studio artists, those perfectionists, the ones that cross all of their T's and dot all of their I's and make sure that they work on their craft night in and night out, day in and day out. Will they reign supreme, or will we decide that, man, listen, me and the Wu-Tang watched the sun come up last night. So let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Y'all ready? I'm ready. We ready. Let's. Yeah. What? Yeah. What? We gonna make it pop. Everything is gonna be all right. Yeah, cause it's Friday night. Yeah, I said so. My name is O. They call me 5'2". Yo, what do they call you? I'm just glad to be here. But we gonna do this here. Make sure that it's hot. And we do it a lot. This spot is blowing up right in front of our faces. Yo, clear out the space. Is you out of your mind? Trying to come up against mine. We the best, baby. I'm honest, baby. Yo, blind, cripple, or crazy. None of them cornballs can faze me. What's your life like? How you feeling like? Yeah. Y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Share that show. We gon' have some fun tonight. Ask me how I know. We gon' make sure that it's nice. Yeah, get the flow. Hold on, I got it, y'all. Get into it. Word. Show me how. Be down, baby. Yeah. Bring it back. What? Friday night, baby. Yeah. Y'all good? All my peoples that's working for the weekend, yo, hold your head. Yo, make that bread. And for y'all that are off, yo, enjoy yourself. Yeah. 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 Everything's gonna be okay. What? I'm feeling okay. Yeah. Yeah. Word. CK, right? How you feeling? Is that my? That's my man. Full Metal Chad. Good to see me, some of you. You know how it is. Yeah. Crazy work. Yeah. Damn! You gotta be kidding me. This is more than a wardrobe malfunction. I done broke my maracas. No, hell no. That's all right. I got some glue. I got some glue. I got some glue. We're gonna get it fixed. All right. Hold on. I still got a little shaky in there. Still got a little bit more shaky in there. What's up, y'all? Urban Therapy with Sun 752. And this your daily. It's the daily go-getter-mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking on fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about studio artists versus the performers tonight. What's good? The studio artist versus the performance artist. Which one is better? Let's get it popping. Let's have this conversation. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are y'all ready to talk tonight? I got a little adrenaline flowing. I don't normally get my little sweat on before I start, but tonight I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it a little something. Y'all know how it is. Friday night, that's our music night. So we're gonna have this conversation about the studio artist versus the performing artist. Who's better? Those studio artists that can go into the studio and make a perfect record, that can come out and make a Thriller or a Purple Rain or whatever Whitney Houston album first was. I mean, was first album was. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody who can do that, or somebody that can get on that stage and kill it like the Roots do. Kill it like the old funk bands back in the 70s do. Think Budweiser Superfest. How many of y'all remember the Budweiser Superfest? Did it ever come to your town? Did it ever come to your region? Did you ever go? Did you ever watch those artists? They used to be doing it. They used to. We gonna rock. Good. Just took my little allergy, John. I want to make sure that everything is intact. Yeah, that's my Philadelphia Eagles breast cancer awareness. I don't even remember what year they gave this out. Whew. All right. How we doing, man? What's up? What we got? T. Carey Wright, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. Full Metal Chad. What's going on, my man? Are you doing bad? I don't think so, my dude. And JTDK squad, run up a city. No, our returner. I ain't got nothing. The Full Metal Chad says, I might call in today. I'm a musician myself. Uh-oh, the phone ringing already? Hold on. Soft gag. All right, hold on.
You have a call from.
All right. Caller with the last number is 3730. Welcome to the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show. What's on your mind? What's good?
Hey, this is Full Metal Chad.
What's up, Full Metal Chad? Thanks for calling in. I appreciate you. Now, you know, the general rule is that normally when people call in before I even start talking about the number, a lot of times it's like a prank call, crank call, whatever you want to call it. But I see this is real. That's good.
You're good, man. My first time calling in, actually, man. I like the topic. I've been stuck to you for a minute, but I like the topic, so I won't take much of your time. But I've actually been a studio and a performing musician, so I wanted to give you my take on it.
Let's talk. Let's have this conversation. What's up? What do you think about it?
So, man, I'll tell you, man, the studio musician wins all day when it comes to monetary gains, when it comes to legacy. You're going to take that home every day. Mm-hmm. Performing that shit, though, on stage, that's a high all of its own. I've been trying to do it for the past few years, though, and I'm not getting success on either of them. I work in 9 to 5.
Okay. I understand.
But we do it. We do it because it's fun, though, and there's a lot of people I know hustling every day, and honestly, they're leaning more on that performance side. You're talking about making a Thriller, man. I want to find it. I want to crack the code myself. Yeah,
it's not easy. You know, it takes a little bit of luck. Actually, a lot of it. You know what I mean? Sometimes sure. the pieces have to fall in place because you know Thriller was a good album, but you could really argue that 2 performances really sealed the deal for Thriller becoming the highest selling album of all time at the time. You know, the first one was Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk at Motown 25.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
that
yeah.
yeah,
That's over.
that brought him a lot of attention, and that really put his album on the map. And then when he had that
Yeah.
in the Thriller video pretty much pushed him into orbit. So
I think he kept putting out albums, and I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. My girl's got like Michael Jackson tattooed on her, biggest fan you'll ever see.
okay,
So I know a lot about this guy. The more he released, the more it was like retroactively like making all of that more famous.
yeah,
Because I think he peaked closer to the end of his life. I think he was putting out bangers. I think especially Bad and Dangerous. So you look at that and it's like, man, that's the studio making his performance better or bringing attention to it. If that makes sense.
okay. Now I don't know how old you are. I'm 54, so
Okay, yeah.
yeah. So I go way back. That's so I remember how the Thriller album was just a regular album. It was just another album when the song Billie Jean was released. It was a hit.
Yeah.
It was a hit song, but it wasn't like selling off the charts. He wasn't like going like crazy platinum and all of that kind of stuff. But
after the Beatles thing, I think same with the Beatles, bro. Like that shit wasn't hit until a few years later. People realized how good that was.
Yeah, well, the Beatles going on the Ed Sullivan show, it really did a lot for them. It did that propelled them into orbit. It had it not been for that performance on the Ed Sullivan show and that exposure, we don't know. I'm not going to say that the Beatles never would have became the Beatles that they had become, but that helped so much because those were in the early days of TV.
No,
and
that was the first step. That was so I didn't cut you off, but that was the first American television show, right? I think that was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a Netflix series or Netflix special on this, and I watched it. I forget the name of it. It documented. It just came out recently. It documented that one show. It was like 2 hours talking about it.
Yeah.
Footage, and these American girls were going wild, and these kids didn't even know what was going on. It seemed like
yeah.
Those little bowl cuts and shit, but. Yeah, man. So what do you think? You think it's performance over live, over studio?
I think they both have their places. I think that if you are a great performer, then more than likely you're going to make money for the rest of your life because you can always get booked. People will pay for a good performance, but you have to have a performance with songs that they like. So they sort of have to go together. But if I had to, if I could only do one, I would probably pick do the performance thing because if I keep performing well, somebody's going to push me into the studio and sign me to a contract and give me that advance so I can get my music played all around the world. The business side of it, the performance will allow me to circumvent the bad business side if I don't know that side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
in a lot. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, in my experience, so just in my experience, because obviously I'm a lot younger. I'm almost 30.
Okay.
And I've been playing for about like 10 years. But to be honest, and most of it was just trying to afford studio time because a lot of people aren't getting signed anymore. A lot of these people you hear nowadays, I made it, had to do this shit without contracts. Like, imagine the Beatles never having some millionaire dude putting thousands of dollars in every song. You're never gonna hear about these guys,
right?
So nowadays, and also I play metal music too, which is fun, but you're not gonna be making like Drake money doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have to have your audience. You have to have your audience. So the networking side and the management side of it is very, very important. You're not going to be able to get far. Think about it. You can be the best musician in the world. You can have the best voice in the world. You can write the best songs. If nobody hears them,
it doesn't mean shit. Don't have to write. You don't got ears.
Yeah. If nobody hears your music, then you're the best thing that never happened. Meanwhile, somebody might be mediocre. I mean, they might be totally mid, and they blow up all over the place. So and tonight we're going to name some groups that made really good records, but they sucked on stage. And some cats that really were the greatest performers on stage, but their records were But if I mean, sometimes that's
gonna be fun, man. There's a lot of bands people don't realize where they live in the studio, man, and they try it and they don't. You know, and actually the Beatles, in fact, once they started getting the big numbers, they stopped playing shows, man. They weren't playing that many shows after a while. They were just sitting in the studio making bank.
And
the
that's
only time they got back on stage was when they did that rooftop show. That was right before John Lennon got killed. That was like their big finale show.
yeah. Well, you know, the Beatles were only in effect for less than 10 years. So by 1970, they were done. Same as Diana Ross and the Supremes. So, you know, like the money starts to get in the way. And that's the thing about being a studio artist. When you're a studio artist, you really got to watch your publishing, your points and all that. Everything has to really fall in place, because to think that you're just going to make records and become a millionaire is not going. The sharks will kill you in the studio. You got to get on tour where you can get that money in your pocket, where you can actually touch the dollars. You know what I'm saying?
It's fun. It's fun too. Like, you play music too. Also, I'm a drummer like yourself, man. I love your drumming. I gotta say, I won't take up much more of your time, but I love your drumming, bro. And I was wondering, do you play in any bands? Are you doing shows? Because I feel like you kill it.
Well, thanks. I really appreciate that. I'm not a drummer. I just play drums. I've only done it, I grew up, hip hop, beating on tables and saying rhymes and stuff like that. But I just started playing. So, nobody's booking me or anything like that. But I appreciate you even seeing any semblance of talent. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just basically
nah, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
That's why I subbed. The first time I think I've been subbed for a minute now, 2 months. I remember the first time I was just scrolling live. I saw you just jamming and freestyling away. I like this, dude.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me on, man. I'll definitely call again and again in the future.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks a lot, man. Hey, you have a good night. Be safe.
See you, bro. Peace.
All right. Good stuff right there. Good stuff. Great. Appreciate it, man. And listen, don't let Full Metal Chad be the only one who calls in. Yeah, the lines are always open, and you're always welcome to call in. He pretty much took himself off. There is no time limit here. Not necessarily if the conversation is going good, then we can talk for a long time. I like for people to get it out. You know how like when you used to call into radio stations and they only would give you a few seconds. You had to be quick. You had to be sharp. If you started stuttering, stammering, or couldn't complete a thought, they went on to the next caller. They didn't have time for that. But over here, nah, you can go ahead and get your shit off. It's all good. So I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming. I'm coming through. Full Metal Chat. Do you like metal? I like metal. I love classic rock. I like rock music, period. Even soft. I like any kind of rock music. And I like pretty much any type of R&B music. And I would like to say that I like any type of rap music, but because, hip hop is my thing and, I'm an enthusiast and I'm definitely a purist. So I'm unable to like some of the hip hop that I'm hearing nowadays, but I do not hate. I don't think I'm wired to hate any particular genre. I just think that some genres are very destructive. But you can find destructive music in almost any music form. The underground does not just fuel hip hop. I've heard, speaking of metal, like one of the things that turned people off from metal back in the day is it used to have such racist undertones with the music. Like so many skinheads and stuff like that. They were big metal heads, and I used to listen to some of. My man used to let me listen to some of the metal stuff. I used to be like, yo, they're talking about killing black people and Jews. Like they were saying this shit. But when it's good, it's good. When it's good, it's good. Seika Sala. What's good, man? Seika Sala, my people's coming on through. He says, what are your top 5 rock bands? Woo! Oh my gosh. That is so hard. And I'm going to have to do this. First of all, any top 5 that I say right now are not going to be my real top 5, but they're going to be the top 5 that I can think of right now so I'm going to say this. I am a huge Janis Joplin fan. She was the first queen of rock. She was a killer. I'm talking about Gone Too Soon. That shit, yo, she was just amazing. And one thing I liked about her is that she was great in the studio and she was super great on stage. A hell of a performer. She was electric. She really, really gave it up. So I'm gonna go with her first, and then I'm gonna have to say Led Zeppelin, and then I'm probably gonna have to go Rolling Stones, and then I'm gonna come up to the modern era because I really like I like groups like Stone Temple Pilots. I love Fall Out Boy. I like Korn, but they're nowhere near in my top 5. Fall Out Boy actually would be. And I like Pearl Jam, although I can't understand a word they fucking say. When I say I don't understand a word, I don't. Yo, I need the words to Pearl Jam song. Every single word. I don't understand one word. Their lead singer, he just, I'm like, this is mumble rock. He sings mumble rock. That shit. But that shit is awesome. So I like them, but I also, there's some, I want to talk about the bands that I like consistently, like almost every, a few weeks ago, I think it was last month, I was saying how much I like Florence and the Machine. I like the Cranberries. I like Leonard Skinner. I like the Allman Brothers. Like the 60s were killing it. They really were. I love Jimi Hendrix. So I know I'm way over 5. So it's hard for me to put together 5. But if I had to put together 5, I would have to, 3. Led Zeppelin would definitely go in there. The Stones would definitely go in there. Janis Joplin would definitely go in there. But I like Journey. Like a lot of the rock bands in the 80s, I really, really like them. And there are some really, really famous rock bands that I don't like so much. Like, I was never a big fan of the Police with Sting. I thought they was okay. Van Halen. I like Van Halen. I didn't love Van Halen. I liked Van Halen. I didn't love Van Halen. You understand what I'm saying? I like Elton John. I like him a lot. Was a little fruity self, but he was a hell of a. I like good songwriting. I'm a sucker for great songwriting. And you take somebody like Elton John, it's like, yo, this motherfucker is amazing. It's the lyrics. It's the lyrics, man. So, and all of these bands that I named are great jammers. They can perform. Like, I like the Rolling Stones because the Rolling Stones could play with anybody. They were pretty much absent of prejudice. So, they would jam with Muddy Waters and all kinds of funk bands or jazz bands or blues bands. It's not an uncommon thing to hear Mick Jagger and somebody like B.B. King on the same track or on stage together. They were mutual respect. One thing about those European bands is that they really paid homage to a lot of the Black American music genres, like soul. They love soul music, and it was different because in the United States we separated black and white so much musically, culturally, when the Europeans didn't do that when they came over here. I don't know what they did over there. Well, actually, I do, because I've gone to Europe a few times, and I'm thinking I'm going to hear nothing but rock music, and that's not how it. Definitely not in London or in Amsterdam, for that matter. So, okay, Seika Sala says I'm gonna go U2, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Coldplay, The Doors. You know what? I hate The Doors. Smashing Pumpkins. You like the Smashing Pumpkins, huh? Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, that is a good list. No GMO says Marvin Cease. Marvin Cease. I don't think I know Marvin Cease. Put me on. All right. TK Wright says it's not enough to be good in the studio. I want to get lost in the music when I see you perform. You. I heard you. I heard you. You. Sega Solid says Marvin Cease, Candy Liquor, all the kids had to go to bed. I got nothing. But yeah. All right. So battle of the studio artist versus the performing artist. Now, who would y'all say were the best performing artists that you have ever seen? In any genre. I'm going to have to start with the band that I saw perform the most in my younger years, because I don't get a chance to go to a lot of shows nowadays. The prices are just too much. I just don't, what Ticketmaster has done to live performances is criminal. It really is. It should not cost hundreds of dollars to go see a live performance. It never was like that before, and it is now. And I just really resent it, and I feel like I should personally boycott it. I just don't. It's not cool. So I'm going to have to go with Public Enemy. Yes, Public Enemy had the best. I mean, they used to have me mesmerized. I used to be like, this is the livest, funkiest, flyest, dopest shit I ever saw in my life. Ever. Run DMC was great. Public Enemy was otherworldly. They were otherworldly in comparison to the other rap acts. LL Cool J, definitely the best solo artist. Well, somebody might say. Let me say this. Before artists like Hammer came out, MC Hammer came out, LL Cool J was doing it as a solo artist, because we didn't have many hip hop solo artists that were really charting and forging ahead, and there weren't that many solo artists. And he definitely pioneered the way for a lot of hip hop solo artists to come through and do their thing. He was killing it. Troy McNeil, Troy Diesel. What up, my dude? What up, my brother? Good to see you. Always good. Great to see you. Oh man, Full Metal Chat says Jimmy was the best at that. Full Metal Chat says might be the greatest of all time. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix was otherworldly. He was otherworldly when it came to the guitar. You know, even if he's not your favorite guitarist, or if he's not the guitarist that you think was the highest rated or the best ever, you cannot deny the impact that he had and what he did as far as opening the door for what could be done on stage with a guitar. The thing is, he was great in studio also. And he definitely created his own sound, sort of like a genre within a genre. You know, rock music borrows so much from soul. So much from blues and jazz. It borrows right straight from those two. It just kind of sped up both of them and made something great between them. Buttercup 25. What up, Buttercup? Good to see me some you for real. Yup. Oh shit. Seka Sala says I saw the Whispers as a kid with my family. Also on the card was Gloria Estefan and Celia Cruz. It was crazy. I don't know what they were saying, but the people were shaking hips. That sounds dope. All right, here we go.
You have a call
All right,
from
you're back. That's what's up.
Hey, there's one more thing I wanted to put you on to. I heard you said you like Public Enemy.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, have you heard about? Well, you know Cypress Hill, right?
Uh-huh.
So, and then there's a band called Rage Against the Machine that came out in the '90s.
Uh-huh. I remember him. I remember him well.
So Be Real from Cypress Hill and Chuck D from Public Enemy teamed up with Rage, and they were playing live shows. They did a tour across the country.
I remember that.
The Rage.
I definitely remember that. Yeah.
So I saw that, and I have to agree with you, man. Seeing Chuck D live, this dude was doing this in an arena. He had a whole crowd singing all these songs, and they're not even his songs.
Yeah.
And he just bulldozed it all night. Also, quick thing about Jimi Hendrix. So we know he started off in America, couldn't really get going because of the times back then. Dude goes to England, right?
Mm-hmm.
Starts taking off, getting all this success. You're talking about how he was a good studio musician. Jimmy actually moved into a music studio. That's where he lived. He lived in a studio that was half venue and half recording studio. So he literally lived both those lives every day.
You have a call from
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that makes sense that Jimmy would have done that because he was a perfectionist and he was a control freak and he was a perfectionist. And he experimented with drugs. So you know with that what's going to happen with that.
Talk about perfect storm, man. They hit the jackpot with that dude.
They did. I mean, because but he knew
the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy lives in. So when he wakes up in the morning, he's literally right next to the soundboard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he did his whole life. This dude was only famous for like 4 years, right? So you wonder how they do it. He just lived that life every fucking day.
Well, it seems like the artists that don't live a long time, like that 27 Club, if you think about it, all of them did a lot. They spent a lot of time in the studio before their untimely deaths. It was almost like they knew they had to get that work done because they didn't have a lot of time left, you know. And you look at artists like Tupac. You know what I mean? Amy Winehouse.
Old dirty bastard.
And he was working on a lot of stuff before he passed.
He was, man.
They know.
Yeah, and it was like, it happened out of nowhere though. You're right, man.
Yeah. But you have to be like, I understand it because like besides music, even when I come up with like concepts for another show or whatever, I have to make sure that I utilize like my notes and stuff like that. So I have to write it down immediately because I'll lose that thought. And I imagine for them, it's the same thing with music. Like you get a chord in your head or you some kind of sound in your head. You got to go ahead and play it right then and there and get it on tape because later on you may lose it. And who's to say if you want to be able to get it back? So I get it.
No, son, exactly. I think what's going on there is like because he taught himself how to play it like on his own. He didn't read music. The guy didn't take any. He didn't go to school or nothing like that. So he probably couldn't even write it down if he wanted to. The only way that shit works is if he wakes up and does it. Gets that shit going. Then that's why you see him live. He could probably improv half that shit. He could make a mistake and you would never even know. He was like water around rock when he played music. It was always good.
I know he improv. I know he improv probably 85% of it. Maybe higher than that.
You see him smiling, like he and his bandmates look at him, they know he fucked up and they don't give a shit. It sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, half of his performances were like, watch this shit. I know you never saw. You can see the look on his face, like, wait till you see this shit. It was crazy. But yeah, so as a performing artist, he's always gonna be recognized for that. His records were good, but his performance, his show performance was in another stratosphere. It was another orbit. He wasn't from here.
Thankfully, we got YouTube, man. Like, thank God for YouTube, because I wouldn't have done that shit otherwise.
How about that? That is, YouTube has definitely been probably one of the greatest inventions in a modern era. I mean, because we would not see this shit.
That's why I could play music.
Yeah. So
you don't gotta pay money for lessons when you can just go on YouTube and watch a guy, one of the best in the world, doing free lessons online. Like, you just
it happens all the time.
Watch and learn, man.
Because before I discovered YouTube, I was doing Craigslist looking for somebody to show me how to play the guitar. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, exactly.
You'll find what you're looking for, regardless of whatever resources that you have. You'll utilize your resources. But who are some of the greatest? Okay, do this. I don't want you to have to do a whole 5. Give me 2 or 3 of the greatest, in your opinion, greatest studio artists and greatest performing artists.
I think you have to put. I think any sane person needs to put Michael Jackson on that list, because I mean for both. Like, the dude's the king. You really can't top that.
Okay, yeah, I would say that I would definitely say he was both.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the dude dances like a god, and then the studio work, he's got the most sold albums. I think the second one, it's not even my personal favorite, but I think you do have to give it to the Beatles, because they took over, man. Like, they are the standard. Like, they're like you got the metric system for measuring shit. You got the Beatles to compare your studio music to. That's the way it's done for a long time.
I used to think that the Beatles were better than the Stones. I don't even think it's close anymore.
I think the Stones are better live, for sure. Like, the Stones, I think, look better live, but the Beatles in the studio are just untouchable. They had a whole industry behind them.
I don't know.
But it's close. I mean, I love the Stones too. It's close.
The Stones have such a bigger catalog because they were together way longer. You know what I mean? They had time to develop. We never got a chance to see the Beatles develop. They ended the way they were. That's all we got. We didn't see what the 40-year-old Beatles sounded like. You know what I mean?
I'm looking at the chat and I see James Brown. I can agree with James Brown. He's definitely one of the best live ones.
Oh my God!
And then
who's better than him?
MF Doom.
MF Doom. I saw that. Yeah.
You know that? Yeah.
So hold on.
I like that guy better.
Hold on. With a gun to your head, and Troy is on the line. I want you to answer this too. With a gun to your head, with Michael Jackson, studio or performance?
Oh man, performance, man.
It has to be. It has to be.
It will be performance. It's performance, but you can see, you can see him. He can do both parts, but the performance, once you add the performance to his studio, it just takes it to a different level. It goes from 1B to 1A. It goes from 1B to 1A.
So it's like you can actually do that shit.
You can actually sing. See, when I think of studio, and by the way, what's going on, podcast family? What's up, son?
What's good, man?
I can't complain, man. When you think of studio, I mean, my thing of studio is, can you sing live too? That's the performance. It's like with Michael, he's doing all his choreography on stage. He's doing all that. Then he's singing, and he's doing this while he's overexerting himself.
Okay.
So that's the performance. So it's not just so much as the performance. It's when you listen to him, do he sound anywhere like his songs on his album?
I think sometimes it can be better. Like, sometimes he's even pushing it better, man.
I've definitely heard better.
Because sometimes people, like, I'm gonna tell you another person, and a lot of people, if you've never seen him in concert, is a shame. Luther Vandross. Luther.
Oh yeah.
And then if you call him Luther, you don't know who the hell I'm talking about. You better call him Luther. Lufer. Luther.
Yeah.
Just like Aretha is Luther. You know what I mean? Even Aretha Franklin. Both them two alone, they have studio presence, but they also have performance presence.
Wait. Was Aretha Franklin really that good on stage?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I haven't seen a lot of her performances, honestly. I haven't seen a lot of her.
Just like my man said, without YouTube, there's a lot of shit we wouldn't have seen.
Yeah, well, the performances that I saw of her on YouTube, a lot of them were ones that I already saw, and they were sort of like studio performances. You know what I mean? I haven't seen a concert with Aretha Franklin. That's what I haven't seen.
You gotta. The best way to do that is just get on like Spotify or YouTube Music. They have a live track, certain songs you can listen to.
Yeah, that's what I need. That's what I need from Aretha Franklin. I need to see what that concert looked like. I know what her studio performances or what her live performances look like. I need to hear what those concerts sound like. I want to see what the band is doing and how she connects to the band. I know she got the pipes. I've seen her do opera, I've seen her do soul, I've seen her do rock and roll, I've seen her do blues, I've seen her do jazz. What the hell? Everybody fell off. All right, that has to be on my side because what the hell? All right, hold on, what happened? They went bye-bye. Okay. It looks like the app dropped. We coming back, y'all. Hold on. We're not done. It looked like the app. Hold on. I know you calling. We almost back. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. We'll call Full Metal Chat. Call back. Troy, call back. And get y'all both up in here. For some reason, the app dropped. If y'all don't call, I'll call y'all if y'all don't call. Let me see. Call Troy first. I got you.
Here I go, man.
I don't know what happened, man. The call dropped. They dropped both of y'all off, so I know it was on me. All right, Full Metal Chat is calling in. Hold on.
You have a call from
Full Metal Chat.
All right, we good. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. We dropped off some kind of way.
Good,
you know, we good.
Did you get Troy back, dude?
Huh?
You get Troy back too? Was his name Troy?
Yeah. Troy is back. The gang's all here.
Troy.
So
I remember y'all, but I do want to say one thing because you said about a group that you liked them but you didn't love them.
Mm-hmm.
There's two of them you said. The Police and Van Halen.
Yeah.
I'm talking about David Lee Roth Van Halen. Sammy Hagar, no. I wasn't a big Sammy Hagar fan. The beginning, that group was David Lee Roth. That right there alone, that's the one. That's the one.
That first album, man. That first album is gold.
Yeah, don't go for that shit. And then even when David Lee Roth left and did his two first songs off of his first solo album, California Girls. If you were a young man and you seen California Girls on Friday night videos and you was in a house by yourself, you enjoyed yourself.
Well, hold on. See, this is what we're not going to do because all that matters is was he a studio artist or was he a stage artist?
I think he's stage.
You think what?
You gotta see him play. I think he's a performance guy. I think if you watched him play back when he came out, there's no one as good as Zeta Van Halen back in the day.
Oh no. Yes. And the police. I mean, Sting by himself is just tremendous solo. But Sting with the police, with Synchronicity 1 and Synchronicity 2, along with and all that other stuff, Every Breath I Take, and all that other stuff they had out there. And you also forget in Chicago with Peter Cetera.
Studio or performance.
Boston.
And his performance, his voice alone, like it's two distinctive voices that you can just, when you hear him, you be like, I gotta hear another song from him. That's Chicago with Peter Cetera, and Journey with Steve. What's his name? Steve. Forgot his last name.
Steve Perry.
Yeah, Steve Perry.
Studio or
when those two guys left their group, that was like Lionel Richie leaving the Commodores when they left.
Listen. Y'all not getting off this topic tonight. We not doing this, Troy.
No.
So stick to the script. No. Everything you talk about has to go along the lines of, are they a studio artist or are they a performance artist? If they're both, then they're both. But I'm going to need verification of one or the other.
Okay, Steve. So, Sting is both.
Go ahead.
I think Sting is just a studio artist.
No, I've seen him live.
Okay.
I was at the Spectrum. I used to work at the Spectrum.
Oh, okay.
So when I got there early, I was able to see the concerts. You know what I'm saying? So I would go out and I would look at the concerts. Guns N' Roses performance was great. Yeah. I was out there listening to, because it took me out because during the intermission, they was playing Fuck the Police and playing NWA during the intermission. And I was cracking out. I was like, you can play this for a while, man?
So if we're looking at staged versus studio, though, for Guns N' Roses, I think that's an example of the studio.
Hey, son, can you give me a definition of what do you mean by studio and performance?
Okay, there are some artists that make great records. They perfect their records, but when you get them on stage, they suck. Like Eric B. and Rakim make great records. He can rhyme his ass off, but on that stage, he's a bum. The worst on earth. If he ain't in the worst 10, he's close. Like nobody, I've never seen a rapper with as bad of a performance as Rakim. When they headlined that tour, the Def Jam tour in '88, I was like, what the fuck is this? It was the worst thing. It was bad enough he went on, he had to follow Public Enemy. So, they had everybody in a rage. He definitely blew out everybody's fire. He was terrible, and he's still terrible. Jay-Z.
So I think what Troy's getting at is like a lot of the really, really big bands. I wouldn't say it's as polarizing as they suck live and they're good in the studio. I think it's more of like they're just shine better in the studio or they shine better on stage because then you're also talking about people that aren't even famous who are performing amazing and they just don't have the studio work to show for it. Vice versa, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Even if you aren't really famous, you're going to be eating for the rest of your life because of your performance. So you're always going to be able to get booked. You're always going to be able to get booked. You're always going to be able to get on a tour. You're always going to be able to make money. You're going to be able to sustain your income, pay your rent, and live well for the rest of your life. I mean, the roots.
Oh, you're being more like monetary. Like, what gains more money? If your studio can make more money in the studio, your performance will make more money on the stage.
Well, not just that, but if you are, there are some, just like I was talking about Rakim, just like I'm talking about Jay-Z. Like, you don't go. There's a reason why Jay-Z has to bring a million other top tier artists to perform with him, on his shows, because he can't perform. He's a fucking sitting duck. He's standing there reciting his rhymes like you listen to a fucking CD. It's definitely CD quality.
Rock bands like that.
He don't dance. He don't move. He don't sweat. This motherfucker could literally wear a suit on stage and not get it moist. I mean, he's bad. But what other artist, what other rapper would you say is bigger than a Jay-Z? But he's a studio artist. He's not.
Yeah,
he's not a performer. He's not a performing artist. I would not pay $5 to go see Jay-Z. I wouldn't do it. You know, he doesn't have a show.
Like Busta Rhymes. With all like Busta Rhymes, he kills it live and he kills it. Dude, he's like
Busta Rhymes. Yeah. That's a performing artist. He definitely makes good records, but Busta Rhymes is not making good records anymore. Doesn't matter. You're going to go see a Busta Rhymes show and you're going to like it.
He just dropped an album actually, like this month, last month.
He's always dropping music. He's not making music that's going to chart anymore. You know what I mean? He's not going to.
That's when he had big dreads, bro, and he's smoking weed.
Yeah,
he was better back in the day.
But he's a very, very good performing artist. So
no, it's the performing when the performing artist has to. I understand that they can. Cause see, I've seen performing artists, I've seen studio artists sound like shit performing. Just because that's where you get Rakim from. You understand what I'm saying? Like I went to a
he's not a performing artist.
I took my wife to a concert where Fantasia was the headliner, and Eric Benet killed it.
Mm-hmm.
But Fantasia was shit.
It must have just been that night.
It was a waste of money.
Yeah, it must not have been. It must not have been her night because she's actually very good on stage.
Yeah, well, it wasn't her night then because or like you said, some people can outshine the headliner. Well, I mean, you know that just like in comedy.
Yeah, but the thing is, whether it's different with music because you either like the songs or you don't.
Well, but see, son, it's not so much. The songs are beautiful, but when you're doing it live and people look for you to sound somewhat similar to. It's just like I'm gonna be a problem on it. We knew the girl Cassie, the one that Diddy was messing with. We knew she couldn't sing, but it solidified when they brought on 106 in Park, and she tried to sing that song and she fucked it up.
There's some artists that aren't good at. There's some artists that aren't good at either.
There you go.
I'm not talking about them though.
I got an example of that too, actually. Son, you said you like that band Korn. You talk about you.
Yeah. Korn is good.
You know what? So I went to go see them play with Slipknot. Slipknot, that big clown mask band, run around and shit. They were touring headlining.
I know about Slipknot.
And like Troy said, I watched Korn open up for Slipknot, and they blew them out of fucking water, and it just was like night and day, bro. Like it was a well-oiled machine. Mm-hmm. Compared to like a shitty old Beetle, it was like not even close, man. And it puts perspective. You're like, dude, these guys aren't even the openers. Or these guys aren't the headliners. These guys are in a shitty little band.
But see, the thing is, now see, that's the thing. There is no excuse for a band to be bad. There's really no excuse.
Just listen to it. You called it's a band, so you got everything at your. But what makes you. It can be bad when you give a bad performance.
Well, because if you are a band, if you don't practice your performances, like you may think that you can just. All right, something you said a few minutes ago that caught my attention that I actually disagree with. You said when people go to see a live performance, they want to hear the song sound like the record, and I don't think that's
similar to it.
Well, I don't even
know that this person can sing in front of you because some people cannot sing in front of you because what they're doing, they're using so much technology to alter the voice or to make it like. Remember, when they brought auto-tune out, you never knew that Cher or J-Lo couldn't sing. So Cher was singing back in the day with Sonny, but as she got older, she really couldn't hold a note like that. So that Believe in Love shit was switched up through auto-tune.
Okay. Well,
so
what I'm saying about the performance thing, people want to make sure that you play the songs that they want to hear, but nobody is going to hear the CD. So they want you to do the songs, but they want you to fucking kill the songs. They don't want to just hear, like, if the song, okay, I'm going to give you the perfect fucking example. Stevie Nicks and The Edge of 17. Do yourself a favor, go on YouTube and look up the 1982 Edge of 17 performance by Stevie Nicks. She fucking murders it. She fucking murders it.
I like that.
The song,
I want to say something.
The entire performance is, hold on. The song itself is about 5 minutes long. The performance of the song is about 9 minutes long, and it's 9 minutes of pure fucking fury. It grabs you from the first second all the way into the end, and it leaves you wanting to rewind the shit or wishing that it was about 20 minutes or 30 minutes. That's a performance.
Man, that's the best.
That's a performance.
No, and I can agree with you with that. Now just a match. The thing about being the studio is what draws you to the performance, what makes you want to go see them in concert. Because when you sit back and you hear the song, because you just talking about songwriting, when you hear the song, you're like, I gotta go see this shit. I gotta go see them in concert. And just imagine you get there and they can sing in person or they can perform.
All right, there's something else you have to take into consideration. There's something else you have to take into consideration. You go on when you come out with a new album, you go on a promotional tour. So your performances sell records. Your records don't sell performances. Your performances make people say, wait a minute, this group or this artist is really the shit. I didn't think that they were good. Now I think I'm going to go buy the album because the performance was so good. Plus, you may hear songs that you haven't heard before because they're on a promotional tour. And you see them. A very good example of that was the DOC. When the DOC came to Philly on the tour with NWA and Public Enemy and them, people didn't know who the DOC was. His album was not out yet. DOC got cheered for, while Too Short got booed.
I was at that concert.
Exactly. So you saw the difference. Nobody knew those songs that the DOC was playing, but they was like, "Yo, this shit is hot." The total opposite of Too Short.
I was gonna run if you guys. I want to run something by both of you guys actually, because I just want to throw something practical into this. Because that's really. You guys are talking. I had something top of my head here. So when I first started playing music, like 20 years ago, no one in the actual bands playing live were playing a lot of things like click tracks and backing tracks and all sorts of effects. Nowadays, there's this sort of status quo where if you're playing in a really high-end band, you have the assets, you can go ahead and get the production you need. You're playing along with in your monitors, and in that monitor you have a click track, and you're playing along the tracks live with the instruments. And you look back at the classic hip hop guys, the best guys are the ones who have solid production down live. And the bands nowadays are starting to take that same thing. Like the last few shows I've played with these bands, they have you put in a metronome and everything is on a laptop playing over what the instruments are doing. And I thought it was cheating at first. I thought it was bullshit. But this is something that, and even if it's just like keeping the tempo consistent, because you know how drummers are, we fluctuate. This is keeping everything crisp. So you're taking that studio and that performance, and you're making this hybrid mess of you don't know what's real anymore. You can still have the guitar solo shredding, the drummer's still going, but there could be all this noise, synthesizers and shit. This is playing over a grid that you're on when you're playing live nowadays. And I want to say that's probably how 95% of the professional bands are doing it nowadays. For rock, hip hop, all these guys. Yeah. The way that music is made nowadays is a lot different, and I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of performers these days really aren't that good, because they haven't had they haven't had to put in the pain even in the studio, so they don't really understand what they're cheating.
Yeah, I mean, they listen. They don't know about breath control. They don't know how. They don't have voice coaching. Record companies aren't what they used to, so they don't invest in artists. They don't develop their artists anymore. Before, even though the record company was stealing a lot of your money, they were actually developing you and making you a better artist, so you could actually take your skills and build for yourself later on. So after you aren't,
it felt more like art back then. Yeah.
Well, it's still art now. It's just that these shortcuts aren't helping. You know, so you have when I thought about this show, the studio artist versus the performing artist, I was thinking of artists like Evelyn Champagne King. I was thinking about artists like Jill Scott. You know, Jill Scott has been living off of that first album and a half her whole career. Everybody is going to go see her shows for that first album, and then maybe one or two songs from the second album. That's it. But what she gives during her performance, she's such a great performer that she makes them go look for new songs. Like, wait a minute, I've never heard this song before. And she's killing it so hard that now she's selling records. That's why I say that performances sell records. Records don't sell performances. You already bought the record. But when you go on tour, you're going on tour to be able to sell more records. And it works if you're good. If you have a bad tour, it's back to the drawing board. Because once people,
you know what, records nowadays comes down to ad revenue. Because I mean, a lot of people aren't buying records necessarily, but they're giving you that ad revenue for Spotify, YouTube,
right,
same shit, different format.
I mean, you know, the whole thing about it was, you know, when you sit back and, like, I have a different opinion on it, because when you sit back, when people come out, you don't see their performance, you hear their voice, and that's the studio.
Well, so
you have to hear hold on, let me finish. You have to hear their voice before you make a decision on if you want to see them in person. You don't see a performance before you hear the album.
No,
you're version of who they are.
You're right about that, Troy. But most people don't listen to entire albums, sir.
I'm not talking about the entire album.
But when you go see the
at the time, I'm talking about what drew you to them at the time. The first song off the album, the first one that the company felt was going to be a hit. Like when you first heard Whitney Houston, you know, her whole solo album, right? You heard You Give Good Love. You was like, oh shit, she can sing her ass off. I know she can perform in person. So when they had her on tour, you went to her show because you already know that she can sing. Now when you got to there and you seen her perform it, then you hooked. Now the studio album is getting you on the line. The performance is bringing you into like a fishing rod now. Now you cool. Anytime she comes out, you want to go to the concert. You don't even have to hear that song off anything. Oh, I remember that. I gotta go see her again.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Of course, you go see the performance or the artist because you like their music in the studio. That's a given. What I'm talking about is the separation that makes an artist a studio artist or a performance artist. And I'm clearly saying when an artist makes good records and maybe can really sing well, but they don't know how to perform.
And that's what I'm saying. So when I go to a concert, I'm not expecting. I don't care if you twist the song around. I don't care if you change everything about it. If I go into that concert and I see your performance, and you're not performing the way, and you don't even sound like you can sing, that takes away from your studio performance. Because now you got me thinking that they're doing all these auto tunes and all this other twisting and turning to make your voice sound great.
No,
Troy,
on live, when you're live, you can't make yourself sound better. That's it. Only in the studio can you equalize the sound to make yourself sound better, so you can cover up all the cracks in your voice and the hoarseness and all of that. You can't do that live.
Right.
So that's
and that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying to you is that you can't do it live. So when you go into a performance and you're singing, right? You're going to show if you can sing. So when I'm if I'm at a concert and I hear you singing and I see that you can't sing, it draws me back from you because it shows me that studio album is not that the song is not great. It's just the fact that you're not a good performer. You're just a studio singer.
But that's what this show is all about. We're separating one from the other. That's what you're actually saying. What we're saying. That's
the whole thing I'm telling you. But I'm twisting. I'm telling you my feelings according to how I feel, because I'm telling you my opinion of what draws me in to going to see a performance, so I can judge the performance.
The only thing we're only talking about who are the studio performers versus the studio artists versus the performing artists. The performing artists
or who's both.
Okay, or who's both. But I'm trying to narrow it down to say like, if you had to say one was the other, like Michael Jackson example was probably the best example. With a gun to your head, what sells Michael Jackson? His records or his performances?
Performance. Yeah.
No, and it can't be both. One or the other. With a gun to your head. No, Troy. With a gun to your head. One choice. Which one are you choosing?
One choice will be his performance.
Okay. Now, why is it his performance?
Because because number one, he can dance. He got good choreography, and he can sing his ass off.
Okay. So that's the difference. So that's the reason I wanted to use that example. If it wasn't for Motown 25 and that Thriller video, then Thriller does not sell 30 million copies. It's not going to happen. Nobody even really thought Thriller was a great song before that video. Nobody was playing that shit. It wasn't like that. That was not one of the. When that album was out, when you asked people the best songs on that album, nobody said Thriller. When he dropped that video on Friday Night Videos, all of a sudden now Thriller is one of your favorite songs on the album. Arguably the most selling record of the album. It was not like that. Before it was Beat It. Before it was Billie Jean. Before it was Wanna Be Starting Something. Those are the songs that resonated with people. Those are the songs that people were playing in their Sony Walkmans. Those were the songs that were actually good songs. But when you saw Michael Jackson do that moonwalk on Motown 25, his record sales shot up to the fucking moon. His album had already been out for 4 months. It started selling when you saw him do that performance. And it's not disputable. It's not disputable.
Yeah.
This is documented shit. After that performance, it was like fucking Michael Jackson. Before Motown 25, Michael Jackson is just another artist. After Motown 25, Michael Jackson is the best artist. That's exactly how it went. And it was because of his performance. After Thriller or during Thriller, when people imitate Michael Jackson, do they sing like him or do they what like him?
They imitate like him.
They dance like him. They perform like him. He doesn't play an instrument. They dance, they perform like Michael Jackson. The signature shit. You know what I mean? They don't sing like Michael Jackson. Anybody can sing like Michael Jackson. He doesn't have that much of a unique voice. Plenty of people have sounded like Michael Jackson, but only another artist that you could say the same thing about that you could dispute was Prince. Which one would y'all say Prince was? What, studio or performance?
This is even easier. This is performance 1,000%, and it's not even close.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think he was so good live.
There's so, like I said to you, you said with a gun to your head. Both of them are performers, but at the same token, both of them are studio. You can separate one from the other, but
Troy, you gotta pick a side some days, son. I'm sorry, Doug.
You don't.
Oh yeah, yes you do. Yes you do. Yes you do. Yes you do.
Some people are just that unique.
Look. Look. Your son or your nephew? Which your son or your nephew? Who you picking?
What you say?
Your son or your nephew? Who you picking?
That's different, man.
No. Like I said, there are times when you gotta choose, son. You can't have it. Listen, you can't always have peanut. You can't always have peanut. You can't always have peanut butter and jelly. Sometimes you don't have no peanut butter. Sometimes you don't have no jelly.
So what you telling me is that people sit back and put Rakim in the top 2 of being the best rapper ever, but we can both just agree that his performance is ass.
It doesn't stop him from being one of. It doesn't stop him from being.
He's a studio person,
and that's what I said. He is. He is.
Prince?
He is.
So you guys think Prince is studio?
But so he's not unique like Michael.
Who? What? Okay, but nobody's.
All right. Well, let me
Troy, nobody's arguing that
because Prince. Well, he's talking about Prince.
No. Hey, hold on. Troy was just talking about Rakim. He went back to Rakim. I said that Rakim is just a studio rapper. He's not a performer at all.
And that's what I said.
You're right.
I'm agreeing with you. So
I know you're agreeing with me. So I'm wondering why is he an example? If we both agree that he's all studio.
Listen. Before these artists even perform in front of you, you have to hear them on the radio, or you have to see them on TV, or you have to hear their voice.
We're not disputing that.
That's the most important part. They're not coming out performing.
Some do. Some do.
They come out.
Before they ever make Troy, before you ever make a record, what do you do in order to get a record contract? What do?
You write the songs and you gotta show them a demo.
Or they come see your live performance and see what you can do.
That too. Yeah,
they come.
Yeah.
So listen, Troy, you're making this harder than it needs to be.
Really? I'm not making it hard. I'm just trying to let you see it. This is not.
I understand what you're saying, but you're making. What I'm saying is you're doing.
An opinion. I have an opinion.
No. It's not. This is not a difference of opinion. What this show is about is separating one from another. It's called versus. It's called the studio artist versus the performance artist. You got to understand what we're talking about. That's why I'm painting you into this corner. We're talking about when one is one or the other. We're not talking about what you go to the show for. We're talking about when one is better at one thing than they are at the other thing. That's what we're talking about, literally.
And what I'm saying to you, son, is if I'm going straight down the middle, right? The two that are the exceptions are Prince and Michael Jackson, because they can do both. They can perform and they can do studio. They're the exception. There's nobody that's on top of the list because they are the exception.
We have a lot more artists to do if we could get past this. You know what I mean? They sucking up. But hold on. I want to do something real quick.
It's called enlightenment.
I want to do
I
something.
need to think other ways.
Okay, I want to do something real quick. First of all, I consider Prince to be a studio artist.
That's fair.
I consider him to. I would say, and the reason is because he went years without performing, and he did most of the he did all of the writing for anybody that he produced. So for the groups like The Time, like Andre Simone, like Sheila E., he did everything for them. So he's definitely a studio artist because he lives in the studio. When he was having his problems with Warner Brothers, he refused to tour. No touring. That was a lot of years. And even before he started having
special.
Huh?
When you see Prince play live, it's when you see Prince live, because I hear what you're saying, it makes sense. He lives in the studio. He was an artist in the studio.
Yeah.
So when you see Prince play live,
he's great.
Especially in his later years before he died, when he had his guitar, he was doing collabs with other famous guitar players. He would. There's a video of him on stage with like 5 famous guitar players. And he just embarrasses all of them.
No, he is a great performer. But if I had to choose one, see, I don't have a problem choosing one. I would say he was a studio artist. And I don't need a gun to my head.
I would say that he's a great performer. Just like Michael, he's a great performer.
And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. What I'm not good with is, and you know what, for Michael Jackson and Prince, those are artists that I would actually accept that they can definitely be both. But I don't believe that anything in this world is equal. So that's why I say, with a gun to your head, which one are they going to be? Like, listen, you have 2 fingers you have a finger on one hand and a finger on the other hand. They are not the same. So nothing in this world is equal. One has to be a little bit different or a little bit more advanced than the other one. One has to lead over the other one. And I'm just looking for that one. But for this show, I'm really trying to.
Right back.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for. On this show, I'm trying to highlight the obvious. I'm going to just highlight the obvious on my behalf. My behalf is both of them are on the performance side. You know what I'm saying? So you would say Michael Jackson and Prince are more perform. Okay, all right. I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no problem with it. Let's move on. How about somebody like how about Lionel Richie?
Studio.
I'm going to have to say studio too. I'm going to have to say studio. Like, I don't see no way around it. I mean, does this cat ever perform?
He's performed before, but his studio, is nowhere near his performance.
Mm-hmm.
His studio is nowhere near his performance.
I got you.
Nowhere.
Okay. Let's say I'm gonna go with a harder one. Run DMC. Run DMC.
I think Run DMC is going to be performance.
Heavy.
But it's a hard one though, because you know what they're. We think right.
No, I got it. I mean, they film performance is good, but the studio is just tremendous, man. You know what I mean?
But they compliment each other so well, and they compliment.
I mean, we know we won't never see.
It's like Wu-Tang, it's a little bit on the performance side, a little bit, but they're both good.
We know we will never see nothing like Run DMC again, but the performance, it's just like, I mean, their performance is tremendous. I mean, the performance is good. Scale of 1 to 10, I get a performance at 8. But the studio, that's a 10 and above. That's a 10 and above. What do you think, son?
You know what? This is a hard one.
It is a hard one.
It's hard because you're right. Their performance is off the fucking chain.
I'm a flip of Troy. So Troy's 10-8. I'm 8-10. I think their studio's 8 and their performance is 10. So I would just take what he does and flip it.
Well, here's the thing about Run DMC that separates them from a lot of other artists in the 80s. They didn't have any dancers, and they didn't need it. That shit that Jam Master Jay was doing was enough. That shit that running deep, they had timing so great. You could tell that they practiced really well.
Yeah, it set the standard. Like that set the standard.
Yeah.
Which is why I think it's performed. You know.
But it was a while. They had been out like 3 or 4 years before I ever saw them on stage. So
yeah.
And those were when they made the songs that I liked the most. So with a gun to my head,
I mean, they headlined the concerts, the Fresh Fest, numerous times.
You know why I'm going to say. You know why I'm going to say studio for them. You know why I'm going to say studio for them, because I don't think that at that time, I don't think that their performances sold their records. I think their records were already sold by the time you got to their shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that, it was like the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't really
consider is when you say studio, I feel like the music videos help a lot. Like I feel like some bands get sold for music videos, and like that's one of them. I feel like Run DMC and like those hip hop.
Yeah.
Like the huge guys, like I think the music videos are like really what pushed it at that time on MTV and shit.
Well, when you bring up Run DMC, I have to bring up another group, and I need both of y'all to tell me this. What about Aerosmith?
I think. All right, here's my take. Steven Tyler's one of the best singers in the world, but I love their studio shit so much. And he wasn't always perfect because of the heroin. He was fucking up live. But Steven Tyler straight, not fucked up, was amazing. So it's tough to say.
Yeah.
But like Sonny said, if I go to my head, I got to pick studio for Aerosmith.
I would have to speak the studio, but I mean, I would have to pick the studio for him too, because my thing is, man, I've heard after, but see a lot of, I was working at a job, and me and these two white girls was arguing because it was like, well, Aerosmith was already out even before Run DMC was out there. I said, yes, but these girls from Run DMC Walk This Way brought them back to the masses.
Yeah,
with Walk This Way. They were out, but they weren't Black America out. Right. They brought them to the masses. See, once you're able to cross over to both genres, that's when you know, like Eminem. We love Eminem.
I hated Walk This Way.
I told Sonny about.
I hated Walk This Way. I fucking hated it.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hated Walk This Way. It pissed me off so much when they did that shit. That shit pissed me. They didn't need that shit.
If you really want me to, I'm giving you I'm going to tell you and my man I'm clapping for you right now, bro. Because I hated Walk This Way.
They didn't need that. They was already crossed over.
No. Son, you have to understand. They did in some ways, what's his name? His brother, Russell Simmons, was somewhat of a genius because it allows them to, just like with Aerosmith, it allows them to cross over to Black America. It allowed Run DMC to cross over to white America to get the Aerosmith audience. So I can understand why he did it.
No. I understood that part, but they was already on Live Aid 2 years before then. Nobody had done that. They was the only rap act even considered. They was on Live Aid. They was on Live Aid, dog. Nobody could. They was on Live Aid. Live Aid was before We Are the World. They was on Live Aid. That was 2 years before Walk This Way came out. Walk This Way came out in 86. They was on Live Aid in 84. They already had the crossover. They had already done King of Rock, Rock Box, and all of that shit. They didn't. I understand that, they pretty much put the icing on the cake, but you could also argue that Walk This Way started their descent down. Because after that, it was like, all right, we saw that they weren't, because Run DMC was hard. walk this way.
I gotta beg to differ on that one right there.
Okay. Well, listen. First of all, I don't like crossover shit. I don't like that. And to me, that's okay. Let me tell you something. And this might just be me.
There's value in that, though. You got to see the value in the crossover, at least.
Well, here's my thing. When you create your own lane, I don't see why you need to get in another lane. Everybody is trying to get in your lane. So what Run DMC did, infusing rock music into the hip hop, they had already won. They didn't need Aerosmith. Bringing Aerosmith, to me, invalidated them. They didn't sell no records after.
You think so?
Well, here's the proof in the pudding. After that Raising Hell album, where that Walk This Way was on, what did they sell after that?
I'm not the right guy to ask, but I mean, I do know they fell off. They definitely did.
They did.
Was Freaky Ron's House?
That shit ain't nowhere close, Toy. Nowhere close. No.
Son, you also have to realize that the signs of the times, to still be relevant at that time, considering rap music was evolving, you're not going to be able to do top.
It was evolving. It was evolving to what?
It was evolving to, at that time, it was evolving. You had other groups that was out there then. Around that time, you had other people coming out at that time. So it's not going to, Run DMC is going to be left on the side because other groups was coming out. That was around the same time when the NWAs was coming out.
No, it wasn't.
And Public Enemy is on the ass. Other people are coming out that descended to a different level than
No.
And what you're saying is that, they're staying on the trajectory of what you just said.
Raising Hell came out in 86. Run DMC was in a class of their own. There was no close second. The only close second were the Beastie Boys. And Run DMC and the Beastie Boys were doing the exact same thing because they had the exact same producer with the same exact management. So the Beastie Boys sold, yeah. So Run DMC sold 4 million and Beastie Boys sold 4 million. And they held the record.
No. The Beastie Boys didn't just sell 4 million. They sold more than 4 million. The Beastie Boys sold more than 4 million.
They were listen to what I'm saying. They were both quadruple platinum, but the Beastie Boys were a higher quadruple platinum. So let's say Run DMC sold 4 million. Beastie Boys sold like 4,300,000, but they were both quadruple platinum. Neither one of them were 5 times platinum. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. So the thing is, the Beastie Boys were doing what they were supposed to do. So even when they left Russell and stuck with Rick Rubin, they had already had their following because their following was more of a punk rock following. It was more of a punk. It was more like a punk rock following than a hip hop following. I mean, they had a hip hop following too, but they weren't really rappers. They were rapping, but they wasn't.
Genius. Rick was like, "You're making rap."
Yeah. So my thing about Run DMC was they created their own lane. Like, why would you? It's like okay. Let's check this out. Check this out. Like LL Cool J. LL Cool J started doing the love raps, even though he was doing the hard stuff along with it, but he knew, no, this love rap thing is going to make the girls buy the records, and they did. So he stuck with it. He didn't let people. He didn't. Other rappers were teasing him. Oh man, you do the love songs. Nobody want to hear that shit. That shit corny and blah 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 blah. He could have. He could have listened to that.
Because I think he'd be studio.
Huh?
I think you consider him a studio.
LL.
Side man. Yeah.
You know what? He's definitely both. But with a gun to my head, I will say studio. But my point is, he didn't. He knew that he had a good idea. He wasn't going to let anybody knock him off of that. And you had to respect this because till this day, that was his claim to fame, and it allowed him to do all of the other stuff and make everybody else listen because they knew that he was going to have at least one song that was a slow song, a love song, whatever you want to call it. And it was going to chart. It was going to chart high, and then he could do all the other stuff.
I want to give you food for thought, right? Because we was just debating why they put that Walk This Way shit on the Raising Hell album. Raising Hell sold 3 million copies.
It sold 4 million,
right? So I just looked it up.
That's how big Aerosmith is. Aerosmith is like even more, like way more.
No. Beastie Boys sold 10 million copies.
We're talking about
right? You're saying,
but you're talking about at the time they hadn't sold that. You got to understand, we're talking about 40 years ago. At the time, they were both.
I'm younger too. I'm in my 20s, so I don't know all this shit.
You know, I'm saying over the years, shit kept selling. But at the time, they didn't sell no 10 million.
Even if you go at the time, if that's the case, then if you go at the time and you're just talking about right now, then Raising Hell really didn't sell that many copies then at the time then. Because if we going to talk about from the time Raising Hell came out to now, and it's just at 3 million?
Raising?
No, they sold 3 million.
It got...
Listen, I remember at that time they were 4 times platinum. Now I don't know, I don't know how they changing around the numbers now, but at the time they were 4 times platinum. They were quadruple platinum. That was what they were saying. Quadruple platinum. Both groups was quadruple platinum,
right?
Yeah, that was 4 million.
4 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
So the only reason why I say that is
so now they getting demoted and shit,
And the reason why I say it is because there's always a crossover appeal. Now, I mean, there's always, and I'm not trying to take off of the topic. I don't want you to think that. The crossover appeal is what puts you in a different echelon. Like look at Eminem. If Eminem, everybody always say if Eminem was a black rapper, he'd just be a regular rapper. Right? But the fact that he's a great rapper and he has crossover appeal to both races put him in a different level, even though he's a great rapper.
He never crossed over.
He's a great lyricist.
Eminem never crossed over. He never crossed over.
He never crossed over to what?
Eminem stayed consistent with the music he was making. When I think crossover, I think doing something that you weren't doing. Crossing over is when you cross over from one genre into another genre. I understand what you're saying as far as blended audiences.
I'm using the wrong terminology. Let's say appealing to both races.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now I'll say this though. Now there's a difference between crossing over and having crossover appeal. You can have crossover appeal without crossing over. And I would say that's what Eminem did.
Oh, okay. Now
he had crossover appeal, but he stayed true. That's why I respect him.
I can understand that.
So you guys are talking about what Troy said about the. So what Troy said about you're taking in like both races, like you're bringing it together. I'll say, like from my experience, I grew up in a town that was like 99% white dudes, like white people, right? Yeah. And people were talking about these crossovers when I was a kid, like when I was growing up, like 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, and it just becomes part of your it becomes part of the the culture becomes part of it. Like the monetary gain might not be huge at the time, but the legacy points you get from this, like if you look back on your timeline as a band, like dude, we brought together two genres of music, two different demographics. It's freaking huge. That's like such a big deal.
That's what I can understand. There you go.
But
I
then,
can understand it.
That's what Troy's saying.
I mean, but son, I can understand what you're saying too, because you don't change. If you stay who you are, you allow the culture to come to you. You don't become part of the culture.
That's exactly what I was saying. And because it seems like once cats cross over, then it's all downhill. You know what I mean? They it's like it's almost like selling your soul. You know what I mean? Like once you see them, it is. It's a big ass payday. But just know that next one, that shit.
Well, it might be worth it, man. You know, and like I told you about Prophets of Rage, with the Rage Against the Machine, Public Enemy, and Cypress Hill. That kind of shit comes along down 20 years later, 2 decades later, you're doing that shit.
That's true, but the thing is, Public Enemy had always been into that rock shit. They was already doing that. They was doing that coming out. So they were already jamming. They were jamming with groups like Anthrax, Anthrax and all that shit all the way back in 80, 87, 88. So
let's even think about one more rapper, KRS-One. He was using, when he first came out with Criminal Minded, the whole Criminal Minded album was dominated by rock music. If you listen to it, rock music and culture. I mean, let's listen to it. Boogie Down production, we'll always get paid. That's nothing but the round scales of Hey Jude. Hey Jude.
Yeah, but you can't say it was but it was straight hip hop. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't. He was sampling. He was sampling, but
backdrop. Even if you let's listen to I Gotta Go Beat You. You had to rock and feel into some of them songs on there.
Yeah, but everybody was sampling at the time, so you know. But
everybody was sampling rock music when they first came out.
Yeah,
they were sampling rock music, and that's it. I mean, we all three of us would like to agree because they was doing it. They was doing it to get crossover appeal.
I don't think so.
It wasn't just the lyrics. I think that it was going. I think because I mean, if you listen to like. When who is it? What's her name? When Fab Five Freddy did the thing with Blondie, that was like somewhat of one of the first crossover appeal songs. That crossover that crossed over like that. Can we agree on that, sir?
Say it again.
Blondie and Fab Five Freddy.
You know what? You know what? I think it was so early in the game that I wouldn't even consider it to be crossover. I don't think people understood what they were listening to at the time.
I don't even know what that. I feel bad. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Wait, how old are you, man?
I'm 29.
Okay. But you still got a vast amount of knowledge of music, so I mean, it's good to know that.
I appreciate it. I played a few. I appreciate it, Troy. I played a few bands. I'm a drummer in a few metal bands. Mm-hmm. You got a lot of that. You play music too, Troy?
No, I don't play music. I just me and son, we love music. We're a big music bro. Yeah. That's why I'm here, man. I'm a music lover too, man. Love it. You know who else it is? You know who I've been listening to lately, son? Evanescence. Yeah.
Oh yeah?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Amy Lee ain't no joke, bro. Yeah, Amy Lee is no joke, boy.
Oh, Amy Lee.
No, Evanescence. Amy Lee. Yeah. She ain't no joke, bro.
Amy Lee's good, and too, and you have like Paramore. Like you ever listen to Paramore?
Yeah, Paramore. Yeah.
All right, hold on, y'all. We got to get back on track. So I'm gonna have to do like a quick. I'm gonna have to do some quick hits, and y'all gonna have to tell me studio or performance, and we're not gonna be able to have a lot of discussion on it.
We'll keep it quick.
Diana Ross.
Studio.
Studio.
I'm definitely going studio with that. Oh, okay. Yeah. The Temptations.
Performance.
That's a tough one, man. Studio.
It's tough for performance.
You going studio? Full Metal Chat.
Full Metal. It's just because it's classic shit, man. I had that on my radio when I was a kid.
Okay, okay, but they were really. I'm
If
definitely.
you go by gun scenario, you gotta have a gun to your head.
Well, he said studio.
So the gun,
Oh man.
He said studio.
Yeah, I would say studio. Because like it's got place in my heart. You know.
Yeah. At the time that they were out though, that's when cats were performing their asses off. So I'm definitely going with performance for them.
All right.
Shit, fucking George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelics.
Oh, performance.
Oh, definitely live. Definitely live.
Yeah, them motherfuckers off the chain.
Dude.
They's off the chain. Okay, all right.
And all of them.
Okay, Elton John.
Studio.
Studio.
Mm.
Because
I mean, it's hard, but I go studio.
it's good production. He's good live, but his production's so good. Like Benny and the Jets sounds like a song that came out this year. Really good.
But remember, Benny and the Jets was recorded live. Ooh.
Well, yeah, there's some magic to it, but it's Chris, man.
Yeah. That's a hard one.
You're a sure.
Fuck it. I'm going studio.
Yeah.
That wasn't easy. Okay.
That's the whole thing about it. When you put the term gun to the head, I don't want to get killed, so I gotta take.
That's why I gotta with you. I gotta go good to the head because you are choosy. You choosy. All right. So okay.
Both of them in a minute.
Okay.
There's a right and wrong answer. I didn't know that.
Okay. Fucking Keisha Cole. Keisha Cole.
Studio.
Yeah.
Studio.
She can't perform
Sorry,
her shit.
okay.
Hold on. All right.
What about Whitney?
Studio.
Wait, what song? Can you give some songs there?
Huh? Oh,
Whitney?
No, Keisha Cole. I feel like I know where it's from. I can't remember.
damn, she got so many shit.
Sent from Heaven.
Sent from
Sent
heaven.
from Heaven. She did
You gotta sing it.
the song with
Listen. No. We don't have enough time. Just look. We gonna assign him studio. We gonna assign him studio and homework.
Write a piece of paper and a pen and write these names down and go listen to them. So the next
I
time we
will.
talk,
No, I will. I was playing around. I will.
It's all good. Okay, hold on. Mary J. Blige.
Oh shit! Oh no, I
that's another one.
I take studio.
I've heard the name, but I can't
do.
confidently say either way.
Mary J. Blige?
Yeah, I'll take studio.
I'm going studio. Even though I like the way she performed, I love that little crazy dance that she do. But I'm definitely going studio. All right. Okay. Let's see. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh shit!
Oh, definitely studio. No way, really.
That's performance.
All right, you know what? Actually, now that he says it, I kind of have to go forward to. I have seen them live. They're really fucking good.
You gotta go performance.
They're really good. They're really good. I speak from experience, but the studio's really good though.
Okay.
Studio's real good, but once you get yeah, I gotta go performance.
You going performance? Okay. Teddy
What about
Pendergrass.
Erykah
Badu, performance all day. Performance all day. All day.
What about, are you gonna? Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go.
Teddy P.
Yeah, I said Teddy P.
I mean, that's a hard one. Damn, that's a hard one.
Which one?
I'm going performance. I love the studio, but I'm definitely going performance.
I'm going to give her one A and one B on it, but I gotta go with the 1A next performance.
Cool. Okay. Let me see.
Anytime you got women throwing roses at you on stage, while you're on stage, and other than everything else, that's
it's the panties. It's the panties for me. It's the panties for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
the panties and bras too, along with roses.
Okay. All right. NWA.
Studio.
I'll take studio on that.
Even though they've given the best performance I've ever seen, I have to go studio because I just didn't see enough of them.
When he came here on Philly, and son, the fact is that then when he did come here on Philly for that one time, we really didn't get a full show of their performance because it was cut short because Richard Allen was throwing shit at him on stage.
That shit was crazy. Yo, in the chat, they judging too. That's what's up. They voting too. So Seika Sala, Brandy Kinsey, and Charles Xavier, they getting busy in the chat. So check that out.
AWA Studio.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Let's bring it more current. How about Outkast?
Outkast.
I think probably performance, but I'm gonna go studio. I'm gonna take studio on that.
You gonna take studio?
I think at this point, because of the years, it's got to be performance because the studio is there, but the performance amplified that. They made it bigger.
Okay. They're good. They're good live. They are. They pretty good. They pretty good.
I mean, it's like I see if there's a 1A and 1B, but I gotta take the 1A over the 1B.
Yeah. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to take the studio. Nah, fuck it. I'm going to. I think I'm gonna go live for them. I'm going to go perform.
It's hard.
It is. But you know what? After they did the double album, you know, seeing with Andre 3000, even though I didn't like this shit, I couldn't deny the power. Right. You know what I mean? I couldn't deny the power. All right. So let me see. How about fuck it, Kendrick Lamar?
Definitely studio. After the Super Bowl performance,
even with his performance,
like that Super Bowl performance.
Well, I love the performance. You know, I love the fact that it gave you, and it also provided me with everybody else doing the dance.
All right, so what I mean is the Super Bowl was like, the Super Bowl was not as good as it could have been. Like, he's better live normally. The studio was kind of off. The Super Bowl performance wasn't that good. So I have to go studio with Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
I'm going to go studio, but I think, my opinion of the Super Bowl, me and you both discussed that, I think 2 weeks ago, son, about the performance, and we both agreed that the performance of that was, in the beginning, we didn't see it. But then once we sat back and started looking at it, it was great.
I watched it one time, so maybe I should go back and. You know, I did like how Samuel Jackson was there. That was cool, and like the dancing was good. But it was his voice.
When it comes to Kendrick, you have to. Only thing I'm gonna say, when it comes to Kendrick and his music, it's just like that. The performance, you have to read between the lines and understand what he's trying to say with the performance.
Okay.
So
hold on, hold on, y'all. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Snoop Dogg.
Studio.
Studio.
Yeah,
he sucks on stage. He ain't that bad. But
he's good at improv and freestyling.
He ain't that bad.
Well, he really want to go. He's somewhat on the same way as fucking Jay-Z.
No,
I think he's better. He's better than that. He's better than that.
His songs are too good.
Yeah, he's better than that.
No, I'm not talking about song wise. I mean, he needs someone with a small entourage on stage for him to perform because he's just going to walk around the stage and just do that too. He's just going to walk around and perform his album.
Famous rappers to hang out with him.
Yeah. Okay.
He was talking to Mac Miller back in the day.
Huh?
Who? Remember that? Yeah. Mac Miller?
Oh yeah. Rest in peace.
I would say Mac Miller is going to be studio as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So all these new cats. Okay.
Nah.
We're not doing that. But I will say. Hold on. Nas.
Studio.
Studio.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's sad live, but his studio's too good.
I've seen him be not so good live, but he's not he's not that bad.
The only one is maybe about a 6 or 7 live.
But I got a good one. I'm definitely gonna go. I'm definitely gonna go studio for Nas. How about this one? Hold on. I got a good one. I got a good one for you. I got a good one. You're gonna like this. Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh shit! Well, we gotta go live with performance.
Yeah, live. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 motherfuckers plus on stage. The entourage, 100 motherfuckers on stage. Who got the mic?
You know what's funny? It's like that inspired like Slipknot when you have like 5, 6, 7 extra dudes on stage going hard. You know, that inspired a whole genre.
And you can't. If you don't know, you gotta really listen to who's rapping because you gotta know who is that RZA? Is that General rapping?
Oh, hold on.
You right?
Charles Xavier. Hold on, y'all. Charles Xavier in the chat said Tupac.
Tupac Studio.
Tupac was pretty live. He was pretty live.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good. It's pretty good. But okay, so how about Notorious B.I.G. Biggie? Studio all day.
I mean,
I seen him live. He was alright. He was alright.
We both seen him in the show. We both, me and you seen him in that movie, the show. So Biggie was good live, but the studio can't be denied, bro.
Okay. How about Kanye?
Kanye Studio, because his line is kind of cringy.
Studio.
Absolutely fucking absolutely studio. First of all, if you ever listen,
you might put a knee high or stop.
Hold on. Here's my beef. Here's my beef with Kanye West. If you ever listen closely to his shit, he don't have no breath control. You can literally hear his in between every bar.
But
I'm like, you can't edit that. You can't edit that shit out. Well, if he's so good in studio, why don't he edit out his fucking breaths? In the
if you ever go in the studio and do vocals, you control every little second of that shit, bro. You edit that shit like crazy.
Yo, he don't. He left that shit right. He left that shit right. What the fuck are you doing?
It sounds good, bro. It sounds good.
All right, the Locks.
Who?
The Locks. You know.
I'm gonna see performance. I'm gonna see performance. After that verse.
Yeah, after that verses, right? Definitely after that verses.
After that verses.
Yeah, it wasn't no question after that verse.
I gotta see Jada in front, man. Fuck that shit.
All right, how about this? New Edition. Performance all day.
Performance, you got to.
New Edition.
That's not, but that ain't nothing but a modern day temptation.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all an easy one.
Modern day Temptations? What are you talking about?
He said New Edition was like a modern day Temptations.
I never heard of them. Really?
Write it down, bro. And look them up.
Wait. You don't know New Edition?
No, we don't.
Well, New Edition is the longest surviving boy band. They paved the way for like the Backstreet Boys and New Kids on the Block
I might have seen this.
But they're still here.
They're like 3T kind of like that shit.
No, they was.
You know what I'm talking about?
Bobby Brown came from New Edition.
Oh shit. Okay, they're older. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check them out, man. I saved them. I like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna give y'all a throwaway. This is easy. Mint Condition.
Well, Mint Condition, because that's a good one. I want to hear you got a performance in it, and they got a band.
I think I'm leading performance.
Performance for me, easy.
I'm gonna lead performance too because, like I said, they have a band. if you got a band and you can sing, that performance is decent as shit.
Well, they literally named the album "Diary of a Mad Man." So
No, that's Jodeci.
I'm sorry, it was Diary. It was something about a band. Diary.
Yeah, what's up?
Diary of a Mad Man.
Something.
Well, what about Jodeci?
Studio.
I'm going studio too.
Yeah, studio. The motherfuckers too drunk and high to perform. They can't. They can't finish the fucking performance for shit. Motherfuckers gonna die. They're gonna die on stage. But okay,
you have more for this shit, man. I'll tell you, bro. I play drums in the band. You cannot drink too many beers before your show. You fuck that shit up.
Them motherfuckers.
It's pressure.
I don't know what they doing, but they need to stop. Whatever it is, stop everything. Like revamp, recalibrate, do it. Whatever starts with do it. Rehab,
rewind,
recreate.
Put RE in front of whatever you doing, except for
rethink.
Yeah, rethink everything.
Right? All right.
Drawing board.
How about Tony? Rest in peace, Dwayne.
Yeah. I'm gonna go studio.
You gonna go studio?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go studio. I'm gonna go studio, definitely. Now, I'm gonna give y'all this one. I don't know how y'all gonna feel about it. Tony Braxton.
Studio.
Okay. Yes, studio all day. She sucked live.
And all that, but just studio.
Yeah, she sucked live. Oh shit. Okay.
DMX. Wait.
DMX. Good one.
Oh come on, that's live. That's performance.
So DMX is live.
Performance all day. Even his studio is performance.
You know what? His studio was a little rough on purpose. I feel like his studio wasn't even like that good, but his performance was so fucking good, man. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, good looking Charles Xavier for that DMX.
I like what you just said. What you say, son?
I said Charles Xavier in the chat. I said good looking out for that DMX. That was.
I like what you just said. His studio was his performance.
It was. His studio, like I could damn near see him in the fucking on the CD. Like what the hell? Is this a DVD? What the fuck?
Yeah.
when I first heard what's that shit he did on the Clue album? Most of y'all niggas is straight sex. Bow, 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 bow. Next. Shit. What's the name of that song? Anyway, I was like, yo, this motherfucker got it. X is.
Well, shit, the only thing I like all his music, but when he did What's My Name, he said the last time you seen that kid, the last time you saw that kid. I'm like, damn.
Oh man.
What's my name? You do dirt, you get dirt. I mean, some shit that he say, you be like, damn, you can carry that along in life.
DMX was different.
Yeah.
DMX was definitely different.
He can be in anybody's top 5 or top 10.
DMX is definitely gonna be top 5 for live performance.
Okay.
He scared the fuck out of you, man. He was.
Yo, he made you. He made you get into it. Like, yo, I better pump my fist. Whatever. I better either.
About the hard knock tour.
Look. It was like pump your fist or guard your grill.
I don't know if y'all are into this genre, but you guys like the band Rage Against the Machine? You guys into that? Rage Against the Machine?
Hell yeah. I know that.
The white girl version of Public Enemy.
Pretty much.
Bro, well, you know what's funny is Chuck D plays for them live nowadays in Prophets of Rage. Like, he's the guy now. But Zach De La Rocha was the singer for the original Rage. This Mexican dude, and he fucking killed it. He would just be some nerdy looking motherfucker. As soon as the song starts, he's arching his back, lifting his arms and shit, looking menacing. Like, this guy. I got one for you, son. You gotta check this out. Yeah.
I'm gonna look up Rage Against the Machine tomorrow and see what's going on with him.
That's what's up.
Yo,
Check him out. Check him out
Living
live
Color.
in the early
Living
years, like
Color.
92, 93.
Living Color
I already know about them live from the early years.
Living
performance.
Color. I met Living. I played a show with Living Color, bro.
Really? They still together?
I met those guys. Yeah,
That's what's
I'm
up.
from Connecticut, bro, and they're from the East Coast. I met those guys. I mean,
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I met the fucking
Yeah.
guitar player Vernon. That guy's got chops.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah, he good
The
as shit.
guitar player and Living
He
Color
good.
are the best guitar players in the world.
You know, I think the drummer, the drummer had moved on to go play drums for Power Machine. You know who Power Machine is,
I
right?
mean,
son?
everyone in that band, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Living Color is an all-star
The
band.
Power
bro.
Machine
Everyone in
was
that band is
the
incredible.
boy, what's his name? Robert, what's his name? The one that they sing some like it hot and some like when the heat is on. And that was the song that Power Machine had redid. You know,
Yeah.
and he wound up ODing. He was the drummer, the first drummer for Living Color.
Okay.
No way. Oh, that's
So yeah,
no shit. I didn't even know they had two drummers, bro. What year was that?
yeah, they had
The
two
80s?
drummers. They had two drummers. Yeah,
The 80s? He died in the 80s?
yeah. No, he was in the 90s.
I met the drummer in like 2005, so he must have been the new guy. And
Yeah, that was a new
those
drummer.
guys are
Yeah,
tight, man. They're cool, bro.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
man.
Living
That
Color,
one
what
player
you
from
think?
Bloomfield, Connecticut.
What do you think, son?
Which one?
Live or studio, Living Color.
Oh no, studio. I'm sorry. I'm live all day. All day.
No, dude.
Yeah, live.
Have you seen Living Color play Crosstown Traffic by Jimi Hendrix? Have you seen that shit?
No, but I'm saying their performance for me. Easy.
The performance is off.
You gotta check out. Trust me, son. Trust me. This is the one thing I say tonight. You have to watch Living Color play Crosstown Traffic by Jimi Hendrix. They play that cover, and it's the best song, bro. It's so good. It's a crossover if you think about it.
All right.
This is some 60s rock going to 80s rock, and this shit is it's their best song. They play it live in the studio, so you can watch them play it, and they hit it perfect note for note.
What's it called? Crosstown what?
Crosstown Traffic.
Okay.
It's a Jimi Hendrix song, and they cover it, and it's top notch, man. It's life changing. Trust me, this is good shit. You guys are one of my favorite bands.
Okay, and I'm going to give y'all one. I'm going to give y'all two more. One is an easy one. The Roots.
Oh, that's live.
All day.
Yeah, Roots only because they had that fucking TV gig where they're playing live every day. Like they got really good live. For sure. They were
Okay.
killing it.
And even if you take away the TV gig, you have to see
They're
them
so
live.
great.
Mm-hmm.
As a drummer, I'll tell you, Questlove is fucking tight, bro. Questlove has the feel. He's got the soul. He's got it. It sounds fucking amazing.
You have to hear Tariq rap. You take away the band alone is one of the best bands ever. But Tariq alone, shit, come on, man.
Yeah, he be killing it.
What you think? What you think about Tariq, son?
What?
Good, but
What do you think about Tariq?
What do I think about Tariq? You mean Black Thought?
Yeah, Black Thought.
Maybe arguably the greatest rapper ever. I don't know.
Yeah. Really?
Definitely top five. I mean, straight lyrics. Who gonna beat him?
the greatest rapper ever.
Lyrically, who's gonna beat him? Yo, do yourself this.
But see, the thing about it, the problem is that he's not mainstream.
Well, in a way, he
don't
is.
know much about him. But
In a way, he is.
Better than Biggie Smalls? Is he better than Notorious B.I.G.? I don't think so.
Lyrically,
I
Biggie couldn't hold the mic with no fucking Black Thought.
Biggie's lyrics or whatever, but his flow and his attitude were unmatched, bro. Like he just kills it on stage.
The thing is,
he kills it.
this is.
Excuse me, Sun 752. We're gonna have to go off phone sometime this week and have a discussion about some of what you just disrespected.
I'm sorry, Biggie.
My big brother.
I'm sorry, Biggie ain't fucking with no goddamn Black Thought. I'm sorry. He wasn't fucking with him alive, dead, resurrected, Jesus, nothing.
Biggie.
You gotta go.
Bro, listen. I'm in Sacramento right now. Is that where Big E's from?
Look, check this out. Go on YouTube and look up Hot 97 Black Thought.
I've seen it.
I know you've seen it. I know you've seen it. And the thing is, you seen it and you ain't never seen nothing like it. No Biggie is going to do that. No Nas is going to do that. No.
Are you saying Biggie's not as good?
No.
You say
no.
All right.
What I'm saying is, well, you got to understand. When it comes to lyrics, see, being an artist is one thing. Being a lyricist is a whole different thing.
That's fair.
So I separate the wheat from the chaff. Now, when you ask me who do I think are the greatest lyricists of all time, now we going to have a different conversation. Because for me, artists like Black Thought are going in there. Artists like Cassidy are going in there. Because I'm talking. See,
Cassidy? Would you think Cassidy?
Cassidy will murder anybody. And
bro, son, you must be from the East Coast if you like Cassidy, bro.
Yeah, but
are
you
from New York?
No, I'm from Philly. And
bro, I'm from Connecticut, bro.
So is Troy.
I moved to California and no one knows Cassidy out here, bro.
But see, when I talk about a lyricist, I'm talking about they have made records, but I'm talking about the lyrics that they spit. Fuck them records. I'm talking about when you step up to that microphone.
They can freestyle.
Yeah, I'm talking about I'm talking about whether it's freestyle or whether it's they written. I'm talking about their patterns, their punchlines. It's arguable that Cassidy almost invented punchline rapping. Because he did it to death. He just murdered it.
He paved the way for like Mac Miller and those guys. Like he kind of like made that scene, that new age. It's the whole genre, man.
I just know that metaphorically and metaphorically on that level, Biggie is on a whole different level of metaphors.
No, he wasn't.
You know him. Yes,
no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
That's my opinion.
I understand, but I've heard Biggie on records and off records. Biggie was hyped up a lot. I mean, nobody really want to come out and say it. The same thing about Tupac. Nobody want to come out and say it. None of his peers want to.
Remember we were talking about Jimi Hendrix? Remember you were talking about Jimi Hendrix and you were saying like Jimi Hendrix didn't have to try. He just woke up and he did that shit. It just works, right? I think Biggie Smalls is like that equivalent in the hip hop scene in the 90s because the dude.
As much as I like Biggie, as much as
his life is fucked up, bro.
As much as I like Biggie,
nothing.
As much as I like Biggie, as much as I like Biggie, Biggie was a little overrated.
What I'm trying to say right now is that Biggie Smalls is like Jimi Hendrix in the fact where they did their art without thinking too much about it. It was very fluid, and that shit just happened the way it was supposed to happen, bro. And it happened, and he's not super clean around the edges, but the product you get is quality beyond measure. It's one of a kind.
First of all, his body of work is not big enough. He doesn't have enough.
That's not his fault. He got shot. It's shot. It's not his fault.
So I'm not gonna have to take it back to my statistics class. I can't extrapolate what he might have been. I can only go to what he was.
Let me look at that word.
That's right. I can't extrapolate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't give. He died at age 20. He died at age 24. He started his time in the game. His time in the game. He started at age 20 to 21 and died at age 24. I can't make him into 26 to 30. I can't do that for him. You understand what I'm saying?
I can agree with you on that. But
as much as I like Biggie,
Jimi Hendrix is the same thing.
As much as I like Biggie, as much as I like Biggie, I consider him to be slightly overrated.
Wow.
It is what it is.
Let me speak for 1 minute. Yeah, bro. When you say body of work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He had a grand total of 2 albums. He had a grand total of 2 albums.
He had a double album. He had a regular album.
I'm not counting no goddamn double album. He had 1 album. He had 2 albums. Come on, dog.
Huh?
We ain't doing a double album shit. You know what I mean? It's one album.
Yeah. He had a double. That was a double. So he had 3 albums out. Double.
No, he had 2 albums out. What was the name of his third album?
On the album.
Hold on, smart guy. What was the name of his third album?
And both albums was unbelievable.
What? Wait.
No
If he had 3 albums, what was the name of his third
He got millions of views every album. I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. If he made 3 albums, what was the name of his third album?
All right.
It was Ready to Die.
The third album called Life After Death. The third album called Life After Death Part 2.
I can't hit this nigga. Yo, I can't do it. Y'all fucking made my day. This shit is crazy. Kim, I know Kim.
Album, which is Life After Death Part 1 and Part 2 now.
Kim's women was trying to call in. Sorry, Kim, the lines is broke. It was already clogged up. We gotta get on up out of here, y'all. I'm gonna end it with the Roots. You know what I mean? I can't do this. Yeah.
Hey, you got a donation, bro. Look at that.
Yo, so we 16 minutes over the limit. I gotta let y'all go. Y'all not going. I gotta do a show 1:30 later on today. You know what I mean? We fuck around and run right into it.
Hey, bro, guys, this is my first time calling in the show, guys. This is my first time ever calling in.
Huh?
This is my first time calling into the show.
Without a doubt. I appreciate it too. Good shit.
And I'll come back, bro. I'll see you guys again. I had fun today.
Listen, we on Friday nights we talk music. So you can guarantee
I'm a music guy, bro.
All right, that's what's up. So every Friday night, look for us here to be talking that music shit. It goes down.
And I know Kim's is mad as hell right now.
You mad as shit. He texting me and everything. You see me calling motherfucker.
John Coltrane. You see that? John Coltrane? You guys know John
Well, that's live.
John Coltrane.
John Coltrane he's live.
Did y'all hear about the story about John Coltrane? He played a show.
Listen.
John Coltrane played the show with a plastic saxophone. He sold his real saxophone for heroin, bought a plastic saxophone for $70. He played the biggest show of his life. He killed it.
Yo, you right.
Best saxophone player in the world.
I'm cutting y'all both off. It's over. It's over. Thanks for everything. You know what I mean? Y'all can check me out 1:30 tomorrow or today, whatever, however you want to term it. You know what I mean? We be back with the Urban Therapy with Sun Show.
It was good feeling, guys. It's good to you, man.
All right, man.
All right, stay here, man.
One love, y'all. Peace.
Take care.
Stay here.
All right. Kim, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? This ain't like blog talk where I can have like 50 people on the line at one time. I'm sorry. So it don't even, when you got 2 people on the line, it don't even beat for another person to come. You would think the call of waiting would work that way. All right, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious March 14th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. Look at the RESPECT. They get number 1. Out the box, my big brother, my brother-in-law, Robert Hatcher. Happy birthday to you, Rob. And also Sandra Taylor, Elaine, Minaj Agenord, Florian Reyes Morenita, Tanika Share, and last but not least, my girl, Michelle Tools. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious. March 14th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally, all of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on, do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. Anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, we have to go back and remember, some people were good in the studio, some got on the stage and made a rage, and sometimes people got on the stage and their voice was whack and they couldn't even turn another page. Yeah, sometimes you're good at one, but not the other. But I'm wondering what kind of artist you are, brother. I know that you got to get your shit together. Get that balance and challenge yourself to be able to be good at both, because both are going to help you like soap. Clean it up, balance it out. Make sure that you have the people sweating and shouting. If you're good at both, you are always going to eat, because the contract may go out and take a seat. You might have to take a back seat to somebody. You can't always be right in the limelight, and you're right. Everything is going to be okay. It's going to work out some kind of way. I appreciate y'all coming through tonight, bringing this type of subject out in the light. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back today or tomorrow. If you say 1:30 p.m., we'll be back. We're going to make sure that we attack this thing from a different angle. Got some shit to say, and it's going to change you. You know what we talking about today? On the Urban Therapy with Sun show, today, tomorrow, however you want to say it, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be talking about, this topic is going to be so deep that I need to put y'all on with it now. And this is it's going to be called Close Enough to Hear Their Prayers Go Unanswered. Close enough to them to hear their prayers go unanswered. You know, when you lay down with somebody at night, whether it's your spouse, your woman, even a one-night stand, they are so close to you that even if you pray silently, they're going to hear you. So they're going to know what your dreams are, what your desires are, what your fears are, what your concerns are, what your worries are, because they're going to hear you talk to God. And they're going to know whether you are delivered whatever it is that you've been asking for. That might scare the shit out of some people to know that somebody has that kind of surveillance on them, that kind of intel on them. But also, on a more gentler side, you as the person listening to them say their prayers, you see whether they're going to get whatever it is that they're looking for. It's a deep concept, and we're going to get into it today. We're going to get into that. Best believe we're going to get into that. You're going to see that. We're going to see about that. We're going to see about that. All right. Yo, man, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you, Troy and Full Metal Chad, for coming through. And making this show very, very interesting. Charles Xavier, thanks for giving out those memberships. I appreciate that. Appreciate it so much. And I see my man Jeff Guapo. Man, I ain't seen Jeff Guapo in a while. Is he all right? Is he good? Dipples D's is in the house. Can't forget my people Sika Sala. Can't forget that. Kim's Whims, without a doubt. Just want to make sure everybody gets mentioned. And I see Remy Red. Appreciate all of y'all. Appreciate Brandy Kinsey. Appreciate it. All right, y'all. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Let's look at the results of this poll. which is the most important in making a music artist the most successful in their career. 67% said making the best music. 17% says giving the best performances. And a mere 8% said getting the best contractual deals. Wow. and another 8% says staying out of legal trouble. I consider this to be an interesting poll. Very, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. With 24 votes, not bad, not bad. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed listening to the show, watching the show as much as I enjoyed broadcasting it. Like I said, check us out 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Urban Therapy with Sun show right here, this channel. Hit the like button before y'all get on up out of here. Share the show and subscribe to the channel. Peace, y'all.